Hi class, this is how I generate a phonetic inventory from a single word speech sample. Here under child, we have all of the productions in IPA of each of the words written in orthography on the left. So that the target column indicates what the word actually is. Because this is a independent analysis, we actually don't care really what the target is or what the correct target form would be. We're looking for all of the sounds the child is producing, and we don't care whether they're in the correct place or not. The most efficient way I know of doing this is going through the entire list once and just adding all of the consonants as we see them in the words to our phonetic inventory table down here. Now you'll note that to be in the inventory it needs to occur twice and each time in a different word. And the way I do that is by writing the element in when I see it the first time and then circling it when I see it the second time. And I'll show you what that looks like here. So starting with house, we have h and s. And I will go ahead and add them to the table here. Now h, that sound actually patterns phonologically like a glide in English, even though it's generally considered a fricative. So if you put it under either fricative or central approximant, that would be fine by me. Now, I actually meant to put this under glottal, so that's where it would go. And then we also had the S, which is an alveolar fricative, so that's going to go right here. Returning to the top, we have the child's production of telephone. So we have those three segments, and we are going to add our alveolar stop, our plosive, our bilabial plosive, and our alveolar nasal. And now when we get to the child's production of spoon, we get to our second occurrence of the voiceless bilabial stop, as well as the second instance of our alveolar nasal. So because they're circled, they are now in the inventory. And this is the basic procedure. I would just continue through the entire list, and at the end I would see the sounds that I have circled. Those are the ones in the inventory. The ones that I have not circled, I would actually remove them because it takes 2 occurrences to be in the inventory, and that's all it takes. Now just a few more little tips to round this out. With a phonetic inventory, we consider any difference in phonetic production as an entirely different element in the inventory. So for example, we had the one production of S here, and I believe there are no other productions of S in this sample except for this dentalized S. However, that counts as an entirely different item in the list. So you would have an S and then also a dentalized S in this list, but they would not count as the same entity, and so that would not include either of them in the inventory. Another thing I want to point out is with the glide W. This is a segment that has actually 2 places of articulation. It is both bilabial and velar, so you could really list it in either place. It doesn't really matter.